So what we've got here is basically the track already laid out. I mean, it's a very basic, simple beat, but as you can hear, it's enough for us to get some recording going. It's pretty much a basic dubstep style beat, 140 BPM. And what we're going to do first is add our track. The way you do this in Reason is you can really add the instrument, track for mixing and track for the MIDI all at the same time. So if we add this Thor instrument, you're going to see the mix channel here. You're going to see the MIDI track here is where the MIDI notes are going to get recorded to, and here is the actual instrument that we're going to be generating the sound with. So this is a basic Thor patch here, so we're going to find another patch we can use. We could get into some synth design, but that's really going to be saved for another video. It's a little bit more complicated. So now that we've got everything going on there, we're going to make sure we've got some sound, so we can hear the sound coming through from the MIDI keyboard, sending the MIDI notes. We're also going to generate a click sound. So this is the metronome. At 140 BPM, we're going to hear a click on every beat, and also a pre-click or a pre-count, so we can actually get some bars before we start recording. So we're pretty much all set. Let's get ready and record. Right, so we've recorded that. It was a pretty lousy recording, as we can hear. Just playing that back now. Yeah, not amazing, but that's a good thing, because that's going to give us the opportunity to do some editing. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this in half. I think the second part was probably a lot better, so let's get rid of the first. Let's move move that second part over to the start and have a look at the MIDI notes. And this is the MIDI roll, or the piano roll, sorry. If we look at what we're playing at, I mean, there weren't many mistakes as such in terms of extra notes, but the timing of the notes isn't that great. So what we're going to do, apologies for that, we're actually going to quantize, not quit. So once we've selected all our notes, we're going to get our tool window open. We've got 1/16 as our quantized value, and we're going to go at 100% because it was pretty poor. Now, in some parts it's obviously better, but quantization can do this and really mess other parts up. If you've played them really poorly, you kind of need to go in and move them manually like we're doing now, just adjusting the big timing errors and see what we get. Now, there are a few wonky notes, but sometimes that can produce nice results, so we're going to have a listen and see what we get. I'm going to move a few other notes around to get them into a decent time here. I'm going to listen and see what we got. Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, there's a couple of changes we want to make. The velocities of everything are okay, but I don't mind them being different for every stab that we're making here. It kind of adds a bit of variation. We've changed the timing around to what we initially wanted, but it seems to be working a little bit better. So let's close that down and copy that across to the second half of this phrase, and maybe we'll have another listen. We're going to join it up first, so we've got one part. It's going to become easier to move around, and this is the final piece so far. Still got the metronome on there, we don't really need that, so let's switch that off. Yeah, not too bad actually. We kind of got what we need there. Some basic recordings happened. So we're using MIDI at the moment, and it's generating through the Thor instrument here, and I think we're pretty much all set, so we'll see you around in the next video.